that. Good.
All right, welcome back. We're home. It's Friday. We're gonna get started on it. It's supposed to rain off and on all weekend, so I don't know what exactly I'll be able to get done. Harper just woke up from a nap, just heard her, so she's about to bring all her tornadoes down here in full force. And if you have any loose nuts or bolts laying around, you better hide them because Harper's on the way. So first off, we brought home these tires. We're gonna drop the trailer off on Monday to get these put on. So all 4 of them brand new to my door off eBay for I think like $3 something. Maybe I'll drop it right here what I paid for them, but I think it was like low threes. So some Trailmasters. These tires that were on the trailer would just wore out. This one over here was limping on a spare. If you remember from the earlier videos, that one keeps going flat. That one's on a spare, and we do have the correct rim, so we're gonna put that on. Let's see here. We got in some of these different like pit pal things basically. So this one will be for hanging ratchet straps on or whatever. It's called Pit Posse Motorsports. So I know y'all like that it's made in the USA. I actually like this stuff, you know. I ain't really try to cheap out too much on this kind of thing. So this one's nice, and what I like about this is you can hook your ratchet straps to this, but then this has a storage, you know, you can sit cans up in here. So you can hang straps, and it's actually set back, like the lip of it is set back a little. So the lip is set right there, whereas your things right here, so your straps can hang down, but then you can sit cans inside there. And then this one is going to be just another one, but it's just a long one for a bunch of different, you know, WD-40s, spray paints, lubes, whatever. We'll take it out of the box here in a few because we're gonna mount all this stuff up. So let's put these up here before Harper comes down here and wants to do something with them. We gotta figure out where they're gonna go. Let's see here, everything else I think in truck. Toolbox, wait until, if everything goes as planned, I got something cool as crap to show y'all with that thing, man. So that toolbox come out of a wrecked truck that we bought this week, and I decided to keep it for myself. And so I think we're gonna turn that into something pretty cool in here. I don't even want to spool it. All right, so let's see. What was this little guy? I don't know, order nothing this small for a trailer. Oh yeah, tag lights. So pretty boring stuff, but you gotta have them. So basic LED tag lights. Dude, this is that cool trailer plug I was talking about. So I was pretty stoked about this, and I actually showed Mike, and Mike even was like, he was like, wow. He's like, yeah, that's pretty nice to have. So you take the top off, the screw on Phillips screws, and it's a junction box. I mean, that is amazing to me, man. So then you got these little pieces on the side that look like they come out, you know, they'll slip out and you can drill them or whatever to run the wires through there. But basically, instead of on past trailers, I've had to go inside the plug and change wiring up and everything. And on this one, you don't. So I'll have to, I guess, figure out and make sure that what color, what location is where. But then you can just run your wires in here and just put ring terminals on, you know, whatever you need. So the only one I know I'm missing is, see, these are the colors I ordered. And on most trailers, your purple is your reverse light. So I ordered all of these different colored wires. This is typical trailer color wires. Everything's 50 feet per roll. So it should be enough to get us pretty decently started along with the stuff from last week. So we're gonna figure that out and make sure we got the reverse trigger lights, because on the back of it up top where the light bar is, we'll have that on a switch, on a hot, but we'll also have that where it feeds on the reverse light. So when you put it in reverse, you'll have a big light bar that lights up behind the vehicle. And I can't remember where my light bar went. Let me find that. We also, I found the light bars right here. I'll have to take it out in a second, but also got this piece in. So this piece is actually pretty rough. It's a private company that sells it. So it's a little man. not no big fancy company, and they just stamped this out of metal, but it screws on the wall, you know, like that, and then it just has drop cord hangers and everything. This piece was only $28. I mean, if you go to Lowe's and get some plastic looking Rubbermaid drop cord hanger, that's going to be about the same price, and this is made out of aluminum, so it's going to match everything else. So this will hang drop cords, I guess whatever you want. So I was pretty stoked about being able to get some of this like pit pal stuff, but knockoff pit pal, I guess, and make the trailer look like it has pit pal stuff in it. Nice aluminum pieces. The light bar that we got is this slim unit right here. Let me get it out the box. So this is a slim one, low profile one, and then it comes with your little brackets and odds and ends. Pretty basic stuff, but I like this. I'm hoping that it ends up being as bright as I think it is. I'm a little leery about it because of these little LEDs, so I'm telling you right now, I'm leery about it, but we are going to, and it got some damage from shipping. A lot of times you can get a couple bucks back if you message the seller on that, but we're going to put this up in the top, shining down like this on the ramp. So basically this is going to be our reverse lights and our pit light right there on the ramp, so you can see how to load. So we'll see how bright this one is. If this one's not very bright, then what we'll do is I'd already planned that we'll mount this like either under the cabinets up front to light up the table, because it should be stupid bright to light up like a table or something since it's slim, and we'll order one of the bigger rugged off-road light bars off of like Amazon or eBay. So the light bar stuff, the LED stuff, is a hit or miss. There's so many of them on the internet that, you know, some of them are great, some of them not. Boring pull handles. We all know what pull handles are for the trailer ramp. And then of course you need to go ahead and grab you one of these. They make them in like the pit pal stuff, but I didn't want to spend all that money. I just searched, you know, in the home accessories or garage accessories for a paper towel holder. So this is basically like a chrome looking plated, and it was probably like $6-8 I think for this thing. Wasn't bad. Holds your paper towel. We'll be able to put this up underneath the cabinet in there or on the wall, and it will go with the flow of having all the aluminum and everything in a trailer instead of a white plastic one or whatever. So we got some black and clear turn signals and brake lights, flush mount ones, so they'll just go flat on the thing. So we got a couple things to get on. It's not raining right now, but it's supposed to rain this weekend. It's supposed to be a pretty messy weekend. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to put on some stuff on the outside, you know, like this. Mount this thing up real fast while the weather's not too bad. Little lights. Get the box mounted up front while the weather's not too bad. And then we can save, you know, these odds and ends for the inside when the weather actually starts acting up on us. This way it kind of gives us something to do outside of the weather. You'll notice when the camera's outside, the skies look like it's going to rain any minute. So no reason to work inside the trailer while the sun's out, right? Let's take advantage of it. Let's get some of the stuff on the outside and go from there. And I'll definitely show y'all some shots this weekend at nighttime of the lights once I get everything hooked up, if I get everything hooked up. Then I actually had some stuff left over from a previous trailer build that I'm gonna incorporate in a cheap little power converter box. We're gonna put that somewhere possibly. And let's see here, some little LED lights that I had left over from inside the race car. That's gonna be 12 volts, little accent lights. Basic switch panel. We'll incorporate that for the 12 volt system. And then we had all of these pod style lights. At one point, a couple years ago, I had bought another wreck trailer, a smaller one, and was going to build a camper out of it to go camping and take the four-wheeler like a toy hauler, because before I sold my four-wheeler. So I had these real nice like pod mount lights. So you could drill a hole. That's what we got the hole saw for last weekend. Drill a hole, slip them through there. They're spring loaded, and they flush mount into the wall or the ceiling or whatever. So we're gonna hopefully get some of this stuff done this weekend also. But let's get started on the outside right now while the weather's nice. Harper. Hey, who put all them screws in Daddy's wall? No, hey. No, who put all the screws in the wall? All the screws that are hanging. Who put all them in Daddy's wall? So she goes around everywhere there's a hole that I took a screw out of. Basically, that was just old holes. She goes and puts them all in there. Right? Look, they're all in the wall. You got them way down there. Who put all them screws in there?
Mommy.
Who did that? Who did that?
Mommy.
Those butterflies. You did that.
Mommy.
It is crazy how I've worked all afternoon and it looks like I've got nothing done. So got the brake lights put in, not wired up still, probably do that tonight. Got the piece of wood cut on that side for the wall, still got to do the bottom. Finally did the floor down there, finally got the floor patched. All I got to do is strip across the bottom down there, and then of course between your wood gets like paneling, so all that has to be painted. Went ahead and put this white. So we got our metal put up right here. This is just temporarily put up there, just kind of figuring out my layout and everything. This is gonna get a piece of aluminum 90 put right here corner. So the aluminum will come out to like right here, and then we'll put little screws probably through the aluminum. And then this will get an aluminum cap, another 90 cap over it to finish all this out. Went ahead and just threw this door up here real fast just to kind of figure stuff out. So this will probably just get some way that it attaches in the ceiling, maybe one of these little slide locks that will go in a little hole that's hanging down or something. I'm just trying to keep it simple, and then I just got to figure out how I want to latch it shut. So I can either use like the push latches or maybe a magnetic latch if I don't want actual handles. I kind of do want handles, but they do make things more complicated doing it. The face of this will all get covered in more of the aluminum sheeting, so we'll cut out a piece of aluminum sheeting, probably glue it to it. I'm kind of thinking now glue, you know, a little bit with liquid nail, but we're going to trim all this out with aluminum 90 also. So when this is done, it'll look just like when you walk in here. It should look close to just like aluminum, like a race trailer. So I just got to figure out what I want to do with behind this. You know, like we're not going to just paint these 2x4s. Because it just look bad. I'm thinking about cutting a whole sheet of aluminum basically, and then cutting out the opening and building a trim ring basically, so it all looks like it's made out of aluminum, and then you can just run a little glue and then it'll get trimmed out, you know, with aluminum pieces around the edge. Went ahead and cut some metal for all the backs and just sat it here in place. The corners will get aluminum strip and them just screwed in at an angle, and then the back will actually get a pretty fat strip screwed in it, so you can run the wires and everything behind it as you need to add on and build stuff. That way it gives you somewhere to continuously easy, you know, just take the screws out. There'll probably be like 6 screws in there, aluminum plate, and then you could just run your wires all up through there. So I'll make sure we got a pretty wide piece that's set out, you know, at least probably 3 inches or 2 inches off of it. This right here, I'm not sure what I want to do with. Just like that over there. I don't know if I want to put a little piece in. And now, yeah, it would have been cool to just do the whole piece in aluminum and not have a seam there, but I didn't think about it. And if I would have thought about it, I could have probably did it beforehand and then built my cabinets on top of it. I don't know. I'm not totally against leaving some of the painted there. I think that one should definitely get the aluminum, so it's all aluminum. But this one, I'm not against having aluminum trim this way and aluminum trim this way and this way, so that this all flows with the rest of the trailer. And I do have, you know, some other little, I could order some other little cubbies for up there to just kind of get it to flow. But either way, there's going to be a strip of aluminum in there. I really think we should put aluminum on the face of these cabinets. That way they look like aluminum cabinets when you walk in here, because that's the look we're going for, just like everything else on this channel. It's how to make stuff look expensive for cheap, obviously. So, and then when you open it up, it would just be wood framing, but who cares when you open it up? Nobody cares. So, and I might spray paint all up in their side, inside of there black. So the back side of the metal is black right there, and I'll probably leave that one open for wires to get down into the switchboard. You can see the break in the metal is about right here, so the switch panel should be tucked up decently right here. And I'll probably just trim this out with maybe either black, or maybe I'll just do corner aluminum 90 all the way around that. I don't really know yet. Haven't got there. Might build a pocket. I was kind of thinking about doing that, trimming this out and then building a pocket right here for, you know, small stuff in there. It don't have to be too deep. We've got to trim out the bottom. I might do that tomorrow. Probably I got to cut it out. I'm probably going to go with this like gray wash trim that I had originally had in the garage. So it's, you know, just pine that's stained, and that might help bring in the grays from the walls and the you know, countertop. I don't know, either that or again aluminum 90 around all that might be the ticket. So we're gonna get done this weekend and then just measure up a bunch and see how much a linear feet of aluminum 90 is looking like and how expensive it is when I go there. That's gonna kind of determine what I do. Got to do these cabinets down here, but I'm gonna have to run to Lowe's and get a sheet of plywood. Maybe I should probably do that tonight while it's not raining. And went ahead and took wood putty and filled in a lot of the old holes. Harper has put 1,000,000 screws in the wall. She takes them, and you see her pile down there. She picks them up and turns them into all the little holes. But we are going to carpet from here down so that it just looks more finished on that side, and then carpet from there down on this side. So the only pieces that I was trying to fill the holes in is the section up top, and I'll take the palm sander and run over all that later to palm sand it. I got to palm sand the floor too. We're gonna mix up some old paint and just get a color down on the floor. I don't know quite what I want to do with it yet, but that's gonna be a nighttime project. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. I did get the piece put on the front, the little junction box, but that's as far as I got, and then I stopped. So hoping tonight cools off a little, I can come out here. Man, this fly is killing me. And run some wiring and actually try to get this thing wired up. I did get the light bar put up here, so you can see it's up above me. But the angle it's at, it's gonna hit on the ramp, but I'm not sure it's gonna hit out far enough that's gonna be efficient for like backing up when you put the vehicle in reverse. So it might have to get dropped down a notch. But I mean, it would work amazing like that for the ramp, but as you can see, it's at like this of an angle. So I mean, that might hit out back here. I don't know how much of a spread it's going to get. I figured I would just test it first. If not, we just re-drill some holes and scoot it down almost like it's adjustable. So that, let's see here, that angle running approximately like that should hit about out there. So how it is right now should hit the whole door, but I just don't know if it's going to be efficient for backing up. But maybe I'll leave it like that. I could always add 2 more pods tucked up here in the corner that you really don't see for actual backing up to, you know, make it brighter. I don't know. We just got to see what that looks like at night. The piece up here, like I said, all I did was just screw it on. I haven't done nothing with it, haven't wired it or anything. Literally just mounted it on because I figured I'd mess with it more tonight. So we got our plug, and I went ahead and put it kind of right here near the ball, secured it down. But I figured that it's just better for it to be running like that, you know, versus I hate them when they're always like over here and droop down. I don't know, it's always just kind of bugged me. So I kind of wanted mine to follow the center of the ball and not be hanging down. But that's, the box is going to be mounted there. It's all flush on the bottom, and then all your cables will come out on this side and go into the trailer. And that is the battery box for the jack. So I'll probably try to keep that separate. I'm also thinking about capping the bottom of the trailer off with some steel, welding it, and then capping inside here to create some pockets for some different things in here. I don't know yet. Might also build a cubby that's like right here, you know, frame it out with metal and build a box up here for whatever. So I got out my voltmeter and decided that since this plug, or since this junction box I got, this cheap one off eBay, it didn't even have a purple in here, which was alarming because that's reverse lights. That I don't know what this is intended for, or if this is just funky wiring, if it's China. It shipped from America, but it's probably China made, obviously. So I went ahead, and what you do is just do a pin out, look up the wire diagram for where the top plug plugs in, and then just ohm it out to each stud. So of course you can see it's completely wrong. So this is trailer brakes, this is right hand turn stop, this is going to be your running lights, this is going to be your left hand turn stop, this is going to be your backup, this is going to be your 12 volts, and this is going to be your ground. So it's all whacked up. It don't really matter that the colors are backwards here, as long as you know what every stud means, and as long as when you tie in your trailer side right here, you're tying it in correctly. So I'll definitely have to make some diagram to know what goes what, or every time you'll have to ohm out. If you need to know what's going on, you have to ohm the studs out to your plugs, which is super easy, but it just takes one more second. So now I have me a quick little diagram laid out. I can start tying my wires. I will give it to them. This piece actually is not hard plastic. This piece is actually soft rubber. So that's pretty nice when you pull this out for your wires to go through. So what I'll do is I'll just take an X-Acto knife, cut a little plus sign in this so I can push my wires through, and after all my wires are through, we might, you know, pump the backside full of some gasket maker or something just to make a good seal. All right, so here's what I ended up with before the sun goes down, because she's setting. So I fixed the colors, and all the colors now up top are correct. So as you can see, the blue was correct for the trailer brake and the white was correct for the ground. But all of these right here in the center are wrong. And I don't know if it's just because of the plug thing or where it was wired at or whatnot. I'm not really sure, but that's what we ended up getting. And you can see the, let's see here, back up, you know, it's supposed to be a purple, left hand is yellow, running lights is brown, and then right hand turn stop is going to be your green. Now when it comes over here, the trailer was also wired wrong. So you have like this brown on the trailer side that's supposed to be green. You have a red on the trailer side that's supposed to be yellow. The blue was correct. The purple I ran because it wasn't even on the trailer. The white was correct, and then the green on the trailer is the brown. So the green was the running lights. So even the trailer was wired wrong, which really, let's see here, green to brown, if you go brown back to green. So that's unique because the plug is green and the trailer is wired green, even though everything I'm seeing online says that it should be brown. Let's see what the other mix match one was. Let's see here, brown switched to green. So if you go in here green, it goes back to pretty much brown. So again, this plug is correct to this trailer, how this trailer is wired. Let's see here, red went to yellow, and then when you come back in here, it switches to red again. So I don't know what's going on unless I'm just looking up the diagram wrong. I looked up a picture of a boat trailer, you know, just a normal trailer, 7-pin trailer. So I don't know. Now that I look at this more, the plug wiring for location matches the trailer side. So maybe I'm missing something, but I put these colors in here when I spliced this to make it longer so that I could understand it, so that if I Google the trailer wiring, that up top, the wires that I added, I would know what they mean real quick. Right, these down here, these colors to what they are might make sense to y'all. If so, explain to me what's going on here. Why would I Google this? It's coming up these colors, but the trailer side and the plug side match each other. So what am I not understanding here? And the cool thing, the reason why I like this is because if y'all do point out something that's wrong, I can just unbolt this and move the terminals, you know, to where they need to go. I'm not going to wire loom all this up yet. This white I did run out here. I did run 2 whites off of this one and ran it out here so I can ground it to the frame right here at this plug. But this is the reason why I really like this junction box, because I can because with this junction box, I can add stuff and move stuff. You have wires that can come in here. You have another plug here that you can bring wires in, and then I brought all mine through here. So this black will be a red. So this black is supposed to be the accessory, like charging one to go to your battery. So I haven't ran that one yet, so I'll have to run that, but I will run that. I'm gonna leave that open for this weekend, and I'm gonna go back and wire these taillights up and then see if we can put the wife's vehicle on it and see if we got something. So another thing, whoever did that wired this trailer, is we're on the passenger side right now. So when they got to the green, they switched it to a brown, which should be your running lights. Brown is your running lights. They're orange or tan that come in, they switched it to a red. So that was the tail lights. That's what I cut out of this trailer. So I'm wiring this new tail light in. I'm gonna go off of what it's supposed to be and what I know they are, but I just wanted to show y'all that. It's another piece of how they switched colors when they got to the tail lights. All right, so I got the vehicle in reverse. Boy, if this thing takes off on me, I'm in trouble, right? But I just wanted to show y'all the reverse light. Dude, that thing lights it up amazing back here. So as soon as you put it in reverse, LED light comes on. We got brake lights, we got turn signals. We got everything now besides this side running lights. That's all we got to do. So that thing's amazing. That thing's also going to be switched 12 volt for loading, keep in mind. So just want to show y'all that real fast while it was dark. All we got left is the wire, is all the clearance lights. So I think that's going to be a wrap for tonight. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Rain's moving in. We have a wedding tomorrow afternoon. I got a race car getting dropped off tomorrow night. So flat out, I don't think we're going to be doing a ton tomorrow. I'll just have to work on this hit and miss. I have to figure out how to wire the third brake light. do got to look that up. I looked it up briefly. It said something about a adapter, you know, because your turn signal obviously is your brake light on the trailer. So where did brake light go? So if you just use that wire, then your third brake light will be blinking across the brake light I ordered is this one. So it just has one wire. It just has one red wire. It doesn't have like where the end ones are turn signals and whatnot. So I got to look that up, do a little research tonight. I mean, I know it's basic, it's out there. I just don't know it off the top of my head, but I'll do a quick Google after a shower and I'll figure it out. And tomorrow I'll probably go around wiring all the putting the clearance lights on and getting the wires through if it's not raining in the morning. That way, if I decide I want to work out here tomorrow night or during a rainstorm, all of that wiring will be done on the inside. So they've already got wires all up here, and I think I'm going to stick to that. One works down there, actually. One of the side lights work. So I might be able to tie this wire back in. Was my plan, is to use the runs that they already have now that I'm kind of figuring it all out, and just splice it together. So, and we're going to run the 12 volt accessory in here to a switch so that we can set our battery where it goes and establish it where it can be charging off of the trailer plug, and so that we have LED lights. We're gonna start LED lights tomorrow in the ceiling, getting them mounted and getting wires pulled to them. So a lot of that wiring will be on the inside, which is how I want to keep that stuff, and then the actual trailer lights wires are all underneath. And the cool thing again about the junction box is when I go to put my red in, I just tie it right in. So I'm really liking that junction box for somebody like me who hates wiring. So obviously I figured it out because it works. All my turn signals work, brakes light works. I couldn't show you all that because nobody was in the vehicle, and I mean I could have showed you the turn signals, but they work. I checked them. So that's a wrap for tonight. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we will catch y'all on the next one where we should be making pretty freaking cool grounds.